Welcome to my kitchen. I'm getting cooking. Welcome to another edition of Armageddon Cooking. We crossed paths again. What are the odds of that? Simply fantastic. In this big, vast world. Speaking of vast worlds, from the vast oceans, we're going to be creating a tuna cake or tuna patties. So grab yourselves a can of tuna on sale, like I did. So some of the ingredients you're going to use is an onion, some tomato, some green, I have a jalapeno here, I have a carrot here, I have a lemon. We're going to use both the zest and the juice from this, and some fresh garlic cloves. I'm doing 3 cans of tuna. I'm very excited. I got these on sale. So we're going to open this up. And then what you want to do is drain the water onto the kitchen floor or sink if you have one, and then into now you don't want the lid in there. The lid can be a little difficult to digest, and there's a little too much aluminum in there for my diet anyway, so we're going to keep that aside for a little fire later. Okay, so what we want to do, empty all of the cans to the sieve. We'll just do one at a time. And then we're going to just squeeze that out. Not too much. Again, you want to keep it a little bit moist. Into our bowl. And what do you do with tuna water? Onto the kitchen floor. All right, next step. Now it gets fun. You're going to need an onion. You're going to need a knife. I'm not going to use the whole thing, probably about just over half. So we're going to put this aside. And we want to chop this nice and fine. So we're going to go down the side, we're going to create long slivers, and then we're simply going to line them up and sliver those tiny as well. Chopping that up, so much fun. Into the bowl. Okay, so that's enough onion. We're going to scoop this into our tuna. Next, a jalapeno. This adds a bit of fun. All right, cut the end off. I don't think I'm going to use the whole thing. Probably put this much aside, getting all the seeds and white core out onto the kitchen floor, cutting that up into very thin slivers, and then again we're going to go the other direction on these, getting these nice and tiny. Again, jalapenos are not high on the scale of heat, but this is going to add a nice, really nice tang and slant. Again, really tiny, tiny little pieces into the bowl. Next, we're going to do some garlic. I do about 4 cloves. These are really big. You can do 5. This is 3 huge ones, actually, fresh from the farm. And yes, I found one. Okay. Go, bit of decoration. Onto the kitchen floor. All right. I mean, these are huge. Look at the size of that thing. That's just a beauty. And smash. You've seen this. Look at this. It's almost a beautiful paste inside with my velocity. And then right there. Okay, so let's again really refine these. Into the bowl. Into the bowl. What's next? We're going to take some tomatoes. Now I don't have a whole tomato. I only have these cherry tomatoes. So we're going to cut these in half. And then just to prevent it from getting too watery, I'm going to scoop out, we're going to keep the meat, just scooping out the, the wet seeds. Squeezing that out. There we go. Nice and fine. And chop these up into just little bits. Getting those cut down to size. And of course, these end up with Sir Tuna lot. All right, here we go. Boom, into the bowl. We're going to add some red pepper. This adds a beautiful flavor as well as color. Again, you want these pieces nice and tiny and minuscule, just above microscopic. There we go. This ends up where? In the bowl. In the bowl. One of my favorites. You'll need a batch of cilantro. How much you use, up to you. And chop as fine as you can. We're almost there. Look at this. We're getting there. Look at all these beautiful ingredients. Just into the bowl. Beautiful, just like that. To bind everything together, we're going to mix these in a bowl and beat them and then add them. Here we go. Okay, there's our egg. And then to the egg, We're going to add, in no scientific passion at all, some breadcrumbs, and these are going to help bind it together. And last but not least, a splash of Dijon, a good heaping tablespoon, like that. A little bit more, boom, like that. Okay, perfect. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to use 1 lemon, both the juice and zest from it. You want to roll it on the table. That'll loosen it up, make it nice and soft inside. First, we're going to add some zest. Beautiful. This adds a really nice tang. Okay, that should be good right there. Then we're going to cut the poor baby in half, and we're going to pluck a few of those seeds out, and the juice of 1/2 lemon. Just start to mix it. Now to bind this, eggs always used, but you can use oats, put them in a blender. You can use fresh bread in a blender. You can use breadcrumb like this. I'm going to add a bit more and then get into the fun. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a bit of dried basil. If you want to put it in the fridge for a while, you can also go fresh from the bowl into the pan like I'm about to do. Okay, so you want to heat up your pan. I'm using some avocado oil. Okay, you want your pan nice and hot, coating the bottom, both sides. We're going to be making a double batch. What we want to do is make a nice little mini patty. You want to dip it in your egg wash, bring it over into the breadcrumbs. Doesn't have to be an exact shape. Now you don't want these too thick, because then they're going to be really mushy inside. I could use a spatula, but I like to live dangerously. Here we go. Okay, so that's going in one pan. Now we're going to start in the other pan. Just flip these over. This is the color that you want, a beautiful dark golden brown. Let's take a look. There we go, just perfect. All right, now for a wonderful little dipping sauce with our patties, you want to take about a cup of plain Greek yogurt. I've got 5% because I love this stuff. Okay, so we'll want to add that to a bowl. Take a couple of pickles. Actually, what you want is about 2 tablespoons finely minced pickle. Beautiful. Nice tartness. Some chives. Cut those in half. Look at that. See, that is a sign of a dull knife. Okay, now we're going to press those together. Finely mince. We're going to keep some of those for presentation, and some of this is going to go into our dipping sauce. We're going to take the other half of the lemon, get those seeds out. There we go, as many as you can. And a nice tablespoon into that as well. And then we're going to mix this up. Beautiful dipping sauce. Wonderful tuna cakes, tuna patties, whatever you want to call them. These are absolutely delicious, inexpensive. So I got to move on. It's getting dark. The sun has set a lot faster than usual tonight. So let me dish you up a plate, and then I got to get going, okay? Thank you so much for joining me today, and hopefully we'll meet up next time. Where am I going to be? I have no idea, but I'll see you. Thank you. All right, join me next time for another episode of Armageddon Cooking, where I'm getting cooking. I'll see you then.